Hey friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So glad you could join me again. I wanted to put this video out on October, the week of the 20th, because it is a very important week in my life. I that week clocked 1 year of therapy, and so which meant that around this time last year is when I started therapy. And I kind of wanted to share how that journey has been for me. I am indebted to therapy for just my survival. Like I needed what it was to me, and I'm so thankful for my therapist who walked with me. You know, when I started seeing her in October, like I was in the pits, but just being able to access the privilege that is therapy. And for me, as it goes, usually it got worse before it got better. And so even this time last year was bad, but with the help of that, I'm in such a better place. And I am so grateful for it. I'm grateful for the fact that, God uses means such as therapy to help us as people, to take care of us. And it hasn't been easy, but it's been worth it. And so, yeah, I'm so grateful for therapy, for a community of people who would check in on me, just people who loved me well, to encourage me through this process was really, really difficult, but I'm glad I took that step. It might be the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, but it's one of those things that I'm glad I did. I wish I did it sooner, but I'm really grateful for it. And if there's anyone who is not doing well and you've been contemplating whether or not you should see somebody, I'd encourage you to take that step. Or even if you are doing well, but you just want, to be a healthier human being, I'd encourage you to take that step. And it takes a lot of courage and boldness. It's going to be hard. It's going to have you confront some of the things that you haven't in a while or have suppressed, but it's going to be what is good for you. I think as much as we're able to and have access to the resources we need, we should be able to invest. We should invest in our emotional well-being, and for me, like, it took me being in a dark place, if I can call it that, to get help. It's like my own mind forced me to a step where I had to confront the fact that I need help. I need to talk to somebody. But I wish I didn't need it to get to that point. But I'm glad I did. I'm glad that I found the courage to talk to somebody and to even work through some of the internal battles that you face. Am I that messed up that I need to see somebody? Or just even the cultural things like, oh man, like Christians don't need therapy, Black people don't need therapy, or your family just saying, hey, just suck it up, or whatever it is that we find our own voices telling us, like, you have to overcome that, which is why it's so brave when you choose to get help. And for me, it was hard. But as I said, I'm glad that I did. Therapy helped me to have a space to talk without feeling like, dang, I'm burdening my friends, which, I mean, when you're talking to your friends, it's not always a burden, right? Because we all need somebody to lean on. But just to have a safe space to talk, a safe space to talk to somebody without having to worry what they think of me, or anything. Like, they're literally just there to listen to you and to help you, that really helped, to just have that safe space, like once a week, where I just really get a chance to confront all my emotions and be validated of them, but also be helped to take a step further into caring for myself, and even have a form of accountability for caring for myself, and to be given the right tool set to say, hey, like with the things that you're going through, here's things that could help you, not just for now, but for the future. Like one of the biggest misconceptions people have is that therapists are there to keep you in therapy forever. And that's not true. Like, they're really trying to help you to be able to cope with the difficult things that you go through in life, and give you the right tools that even if you're depressed or anxious now, not only for it to stop, but that if it ever comes back, you know how to take care of yourself. And I think that's been the biggest thing for me, making peace with that. Even if my situation doesn't change, I am better at taking care of myself. I have resources that can help me to build systems that help me to have something to lean back on when I'm not doing so well. And what I mean by that is, for example, I started to run and exercise mainly because it helps me with my mental health. And so building that muscle has allowed me to have a system in place that if ever I'm not feeling well enough to get out of bed, my body will help me to get out of bed. You know what I mean? In an ideal world. And so you have all these different tool sets to help you, and somebody to guide you through everything, you know. Somebody sometimes even validate that, hey, you're doing great. Like that affirmation, that being cheered on, that often you need, like I need, because it's not all the time where I see the good things that are happening or the progress that I'm making. And so I just loved having somebody to talk to, somebody who won't think that I'm crazy, or what's the opposite of validate? Like invalidate my feelings. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Or just like different things that you go through when you open up with friends, when you're talking to somebody who's trained to conversate with people who need talking to. Like, it's a different experience, that you feel heard a different way. And so I've just been super grateful for that. And most of all, just like it's helped me to understand my own mind and how I work, and not feel like a broken person, not feel like I'm beyond repair, but feel like I can get better. And being able to look back to this past year and see like all the progress that I've made, all the growth that has happened. And I don't think I would be where I am if it wasn't for me seeing my therapist. Like, literally, even my face has changed, you know, like so many times I have friends all throughout the process of me getting help, like notice like my face changed from like sad and depressed to, dang, you look like you're glowing, you look happy. Not you look like you're glowing, but you are glowing, you look happy. Your face looks lighter. Like, the fact that there's visible changes to me getting help has just been such a big thing. Like, and so this video is mostly for me as well, just to like celebrate the steps that I took to get help. Like, even for me, doing this is a big deal, because I never used to be able to celebrate the good things about myself, or even see them. I never used to stop and say, girl, you did that, you know. And now I'm able to like pat myself on the back and say, you're doing great, kid, or you've done really well, keep on going, cheer myself up, and acknowledge when I've done something worth celebrating. And so this is me celebrating myself for this year, the past year. This is me saying thank you to my therapist. Shout out to Jordan, who I'm going to send this video so that she actually gets to see it. This is me saying thank you to my friends, and just like an amazing support system I've been, for those who've checked in, those who've been there even when they don't understand. And I feel really privileged even to be able to access mental health services, because I know in this country that is such a privilege. FYI, like, I don't get my help through somebody here physically, like in Malawi. It's an online service that I get through my work, and so I'm really grateful to even have that privilege to be in a workplace that pays for that and takes care of my mental health and sees how important it is for me and for the organization and for the people I'm serving. And that's just been such a privilege to be able to access help. And I know there's a lot of people that like want to get help but don't know where to get help. And so this video is for you to just encourage you to take the necessary steps that you need to help with your mental health. It could be talking to somebody, a professional or a friend who cares, or somebody who can help. If you're struggling, tell somebody you're struggling. There's some places that you can get help here when, if you're on medical aid. There's some places like the College of Medicine Clinic. If you're in Blantyre, that's in Mount Pleasant. St. John of God is in Lilongwe, it's super affordable. And I'm going to leave some links and some numbers, if I can, on where you can get help. Please get help. Your future you will thank you for it if you're able to talk to somebody. If you're not, reach out to somebody if you're not in a good place, and know that it gets better. Continue fighting for yourself. It does get better, I swear. I'm here as a testimony of that, and I know how hard it is to be at a place where you don't believe it can get better. But this first step is talking to somebody, and if you're struggling, talk to your friend, talk to somebody who cares, and if you've been able to get help, celebrate yourself, cheer yourself up, know that you're doing really, really well. And I appreciate you for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Give it a thumbs up if you are celebrating with me for 1 year of therapy. Click subscribe if you haven't, and I'll check you out next time. And thank you so much.